Hi everybody, and this is Zico. Welcome back to the channel. We have a new tutorial coming up here, and I'll be giving tips and tricks on how to understand or improve your way of drawing a Jojo's Bizarre Adventure stand. Well, this is a new video and it has been a long time since I drew a stand, so you will notice hopefully some good improvement in comparison to the previous video, which is how to draw Jojo stands, or how I draw Jojo stands on a basic level. So keep that in mind and let's start on. So in this video I'll be starting with drawing the head in general, like simplicity and quickly, and I will demonstrate how did I achieve. If you have been watching the previous tutorial before on how to draw facial expression, nose and the eyes, and in general anatomy of it, the whole face thing, you can check it out. And for those who have watched and understood it, hopefully it will be easy for you to understand. So as you see here, I've drew like the whole face, like a side view of it. And how do I make sure that I've been doing good with the face thing, how hard I drew it very well? It's usually I draw two lines, because when you look at the facial construction in general, like from an anatomical perspective, there's quite a difference here, because these lines I'm drawing, especially the one on the bottom from the nose and to the chin, differentiate between different types of face, because some people tend to have a bigger jaws or bigger nose. So having this line here, especially when it aligns, those two lines crosses between the forehead and like the forehead to the tip of the nose, and the other one from the tip of the nose to the jaw, that means you achieved a very good, I would say, is good proportion of the face, or like a more natural aesthetic to it. Since Araki uses a lot of Michelangelo's reference, which are mostly based on real people, real anatomy, and it's more highly detailed. I would say this is a small technique, I usually use in order to grab a very good facial construction, And I drew here in red, and as you see, I drew in a red color. This is a small break of the shapes in case of people not getting, still not getting a good facial build-up. Excuse me. Usually, it's made of the skull, like I drew small shapes and small lines. And this file you see here, all these drawings right here of the upper body in general, I'll save this file for everybody to take a look at and hopefully have a better understanding of the shape, but at the end I'll give more, hopefully better explanation. Because usually when you draw a good anatomy for a stand, because stands tend to have, sometimes a cybernetic or a humanoid form and more of a cybernetic body. So it's a bit different, between different types of stand, because some of them are mechanical, very fully mechanic, non-humanoid, and some of it's very humanoid, like Star Platinum, the World, the Hand, the Crazy Diamond, etc. And some others, for example, when you look like semi-humanoid, like the Fool, or there are a lot of different examples, or talking heads, if I'm not wrong, and or you get what I mean, because the forms differentiate, but we want to achieve a very good stand, and this is the point of this video, is to draw a very good humanoid, kind of stand. I usually use a lot of reference, usually as a substitute, to pull a good stand, because as you see, if you have seen videos of Araki drawing, you have noticed that he pulls the different references from different books. So I highly recommend for people to expand the variety of their view, but with the stand perspective, especially that you draw a very robotic, humans. I would suggest, for example, an artist like Hajime Suriyama, I would say. You have Otomo, the creator of Akira. You have, and even sometimes you can, if you have a figure like Gundam figure or different kinds of figures, they are very much mannequins. So mannequins sometimes can be a very good, like a substitute, for a drawing, a good reference, to have a very good, a robotic kind of stand, like a semi-humanoid. So but keep in mind, the most important thing that to keep always in mind is to have a very good understanding of anatomy and have a good imagination to combine both the aspect of the mechanical part and the aspect of the humanoid part, because you need to get out a little bit of the comfort zone, and I highly encourage you to do that. So you get to see, the more you expand your eyes, the more your own visual library, I would say, or visual memory can, you have multiple options. If I ever, I would speak for myself, if I want to draw, a very good stand, or a beautiful stand, because I haven't drawn a stand for a long time, but I very much enjoy drawing robotics, because it's like quite a passion I love since I was a kid, so I look up Araki's work on drawing stands, and Hajime Suriyama as well. Hajime Suriyama is more of a, I would say, adult kind of stand, so it's quite explicit. And as for Araki, is more, of the Jojo thing, the Jojo theme, But the point I want to explain to people is how to achieve a very good stand. So I always keep in mind, in order to get my stands very well, or if I ever achieved a very good anatomical point of view, I tend to have a parallel lines, because I'm not very much knowledgeable, I'm not very much I would say, I'm not a genius, I'm just a guy like everybody who's learning how to draw and trying to do it. And as you see, I'm quite struggling here with drawing digitally, because I got a big hands, and it's just a bit, my hands are quite heavy on the tablet, so it's quite a tough challenge for me. But I want to achieve my goal. I want to be very good digitally, and I want to do it with everybody, so we do it all together. And as for traditional thing, it's not a problem, because already my hands are used to the pencil since I was a kid, with writing, what's going on. So as you see right here, it's most of the shape you see, it's composed of different forms, from circles to ovals, and I use more ovals, because to achieve a very good body, a good, good anatomy. Because with drawing Jojo's art, I became, I tended more to draw very much flamboyant characters, or more of a feminine characters. I do love Jojo. Not only with Jojo, but I love pin-up art and different art media. But mostly, I was focused on Jojos and on, Gono guy's work, Berserk, and even more, So as you see here, I'm trying to draw this different pose right here, and I'm quite struggling a little bit, because I'm trying to get used to the pencils. But I'll give you guys a better, I would say, a better and more clear, of the points I've demonstrated in the past, and in a more better view. So as you see right here, I'm starting on with drawing the face, the same way I've been doing before, and as always, a bit of botched jaw, But I'll keep continuing here with demonstrating the lips and demonstrating the nose, and you see everything comes up in the same shape. I applied the previous point you have noticed, because now I want to mark everything so everybody can see, hopefully, everything in order, as I've demonstrated. So you see now the crossed lines here and the jaw as well. And I'm going to break the shape I've drawn now. I would say this massacre of a drawing I've did, in two shapes, in order for everybody hopefully to have this file and have it better and clear, and have it for a study purpose. It's not perfect as I planned to, and fortunately I apologize for not doing it, but I hope it's demonstrate the point of view or the tips and tricks that been trying to establish. Because to get to the main point of all of this, to achieve a good stand, or to improve your stand, hopefully in general, you need to have a very, first of all, good understanding of anatomy, good understanding of shape, and good, hopefully, understanding of a little bit of mechanics, how to draw metals, or how to achieve it, or to look at different armors or different things. because like the whole stand thing is a bit long way to explain it perfectly. But like to simplify it, just look at different things, you know. To simplify, look at different things, experiment with shapes, trying to build your face from different shapes and forms, because the whole drawing thing for us to improve, and I do apply this advice myself, is to make everything from shapes. With shapes, everything can form, because we're like a bit like Legos, you know, except Legos are square, but we're made of round, triangle, rectangle, hexagons, different forms and shapes. You know, for like you see rib cage, like a basic construction of like for the egg shape, it works with drawing rib cage, with drawing, you know, the hips, thighs, you know, you can shoulders, biceps, you know, forearm as well. I use the same shape. This shape, it's what I use most of the time. When I want to draw the chin, it's the same thing, oval shape, like an egg shape. When I want to draw the cheeks, you know, I want to make sure like I got a beautiful cheeks, you know, like the facial cheeks, I use like an oval shape, you know. But that's all I can say, you know. And I hope you all found this video very useful, and I hope you love it. And I want to send you a lot of love. If you're new to this channel, welcome in, and I hope you subscribe and leave me your thoughts. And if you're a subscriber, thank you very much for coming back, and I love you all. You're all awesome and breathtaking, and I hope to see you in another video. A lot of love and peace. Goodbye.